Sir, shall we start?
Wait for 2 minutes. Participants are joining. We'll start.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes. 4:30 नाही 5:15 मी फोन करतो फ्री झाले चला सर Sir, we can start it, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon to all dear participants.
So, welcome all the participants once again to this last session. I welcome Dr. S.P. Narote, sir, HOD, Electronics and Telecommunication Department, Government Residence Women's Polytechnic Tasgaon, for delivering his last session on classroom assessment. I request S.V. Shinde Madam to continue further.
Madam, you are not audible. Shinde Madam, you are not audible.
So, good afternoon to all dear participants. Welcome to last session of last day of Faculty Development Program on Outcome-Based Education and Accreditation Process. In this session, our FDP coordinator, Dr. Sandeepan Narote, sir, Head of Electronics and Telecommunication Department, Government Residence Women Polytechnic Tasgaon, will guide us on classroom assessment, that is criteria 4. As we are short of time and have the valedictory function immediately after this session, without taking much of your valuable time, I request Dr. Narote, sir, to start his session. Over to you, sir.
Yes, madam. Just a minute. Very good afternoon, all of you. I'll be continuing. Once again, I am here in front of you to deliver a session on student performance criteria. As per the schedule, it was classroom assessment, but looking at the time constraint, in order to conduct the classroom assessment session, at least I require 1.5 hours to 2 hours. So due to the time constraint of only half an hour, I'll go for the student performance criteria. Yeah, again, the weightage given for tier 1, tier 2 and diploma student is different. That is, for tier 1 it is 100 marks, for tier 2 it is 150 marks, and for diploma it is 200 marks. So what I would like to do here, I would like to present our report, what we have did it in our institute, how we have written the report. Based on this, the different ways we are going to different criteria we are going to implement it for and in some of the criterias sorry, in some of the criterias we need the data of current academic year -1, -2. But in order to evaluate the student performance, we need to have the data for last 5 years. That is, if you are submitting the report for this year, then excluding this year, we need to do it for current academic year -4. That is, this is 2021. We need to have the student performance data up to 2015-16. So let us see how you are going to find out the information, in what way that information would be useful for us. So now in the earlier criteria, whenever we have calculated the SFR ratio, whatever the figures we have considered, that was the sanction intake. So your sanction intake is 60. Then based on that 60, we have determined the SFR ratio. But in this criteria, different values, different figures are to be considered. We'll see one by one how we are going to consider. Now let us see the sanction intake of our institute is 60 plus 6 students are extra, that is TFWS, EWS and all other things. So we have intake of 60 plus 6. In 1 year, our intake was reduced to 42. So in 1920, it is 42 plus 6. And then next all years, it is 60 plus 6 or 60 plus 3, whatever that data is, whatever the student strength is sanctioned. Now, if you look at this, no doubt the intake was 60 plus 6. Actually, student admitted were different. So if you look here, the number of students admitted here are 57, 31, 18, 34, 58, 61. Out of that, the students, those who are admitted through N2, that is, here we are using 3 nomenclatures: N, sanction intake; N1, total number of students admitted through state level counseling or to the admission round; N2, the students admitted through the institute level quota; and then N3, number of students admitted to lateral entry. That may be any other criteria, that may be TWS and all the other things. Okay. But as we are from government, we are in a government organization or government institute, institute level quota is not available at our institute. So here, whenever we want to find out the total number of students admitted in the program, basically we need to do the addition of N1 plus N2 plus N3. So here 57 plus 5, 62. And similarly for the last current academic year, -4, that is 61 plus 6, 67 admissions are there. Okay. So we need to remember these numbers N1 plus N2 plus N3, because here whenever we are going to find out the student performance index or academic performance index, these figures are going to play an important role in this, not just as sanction intake. Okay. Now the next, the first parameter we need to find out, a student pass or student did his graduation without having any backlogs. In earlier sessions, there was one query: what do you understand by last year graduate? What value we should consider? Last year graduation is nothing but the same example I would like to discuss. As we are in the current academic year 2021, this year batch will be graduating in year 21. That may be somewhere in the August or September they will be graduating. So the last year graduate is nothing but we have to understand in which year the student has been graduated. Now here we are going to find out the students which have passed without backlogs. So for here, the last year graduate entry, those who are admitted in 2017 have passed in 20. So we are going to consider this last year graduation year as 17-18 -1 -2. Okay. So based on this, let us see one example. A student, those who were admitted for the first year, 31 students were admitted and 31 students have passed without any backlog in the year 1920. If we look at this year 18-19, 17 students were admitted, 12 students passed without backlog. If we go for current academic year -3, that is 34 students admitted, 19 students passed without the backlog. And this years 20, years 19, years 18, years 17, years 16 is nothing but we know that we have semester 1 and semester 2. So here we use the nomenclature winter and summer. Summer means it is the second semester. Yes, that is the year 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If you look at the second year, these are the students passed out, and this is what the third year. So here, these are the Excel sheet in which all the data is entered. Based on these figures, we have to just estimate the values. I think there is some problem with the drive. Okay, just we'll see later on. That is, all the data of the students is to be entered in this. Accordingly, the Excel file is to be managed, and the figures you are going to get it. So here, first data we need to find out the students, those who have admitted for the first year and did their graduation without having any backlog for any of the semester. Next is that we need to find out the students, those have passed out with backlogs. Okay, so similarly, these are the figures for first year, second year, third year, and so on. Here we are finding out these values. These numbers are important. N1 plus N2 plus N3 for table 1 is different and table 2 is different. Okay, then we need to find out the enrollment ratio. In order to find out the value for enrollment ratio, that is, we need to see how many students are admitted. So earlier we have seen that 57 students admitted this year, 31, 18, and 60, 42, 60. These are the sanction intakes. So if you look at the last 3 years, from 18 to 21, this year 57 students were admitted, last year 31, and before that 18 students were admitted. So 83 students in the last 3 years, whereas the sanction intake was 162 into 100, that is 65.43. So here we come in the range of our admission is greater than 60%, but it is less than 70%. So we'll get 12 marks out of it. If your admission for last 3 years is greater than 90%, you'll get 20 marks in this session. Then we need to find out the success rate without backlogs in any year of the study. Now, if you look at this as a weightage of 40 marks. Okay. So based on this is the value they have given it. That is, we need to find out the success index as the number of students who have passed from the program without backlog versus number of students admitted in first year of that as admitted in the second year via lateral entry. And the success rate without backlogs in any year of the study, 40 is the weightage they have given, 40 into average SI. So this 40, constant 40 is decided by the NBA. So based on this, if we find out the value of N1 plus N2 plus N3, 37 students were admitted. Out of that, 34 were regular and 3 were the lateral entry students. As the gazette is not available for this, means we didn't get the gazette from the MSBT, so we're not able to find out the values. But if you look at the last year, a student graduated in 2019. Out of 66 students, 37 students have cleared their examinations without backlog, and before that 23 students have it. So success index for this is that number of students admitted in total account divided by this value, it comes to be 0.56 and 0.343. Now next table is similarly we want to find out the students with backlog. So again, the average success index, the same values is coming to be 2.386, and the success rate here comes to be 47.72. These are nothing but well defined in the SAR. The same thing we are going to use it here. Then we need to find out the academic performance in the first year, in the second year, in the third year. So academic performance in the year we need to find it out. -1, -2, and -3. So for 1920, 1819, and then 17 by 18. So if you look at this average performance index, the value constant, they have given it as 2.5 for first year. And similarly, the value is 2 and 1.5 for second year and third year. So we can see we need to find out the CGPA or mean percentage of all the successful students. So what we are going to do here, whatever the result we have got it, for every individual, based on that percentage, we have to find out the mean of all that values. Suppose 67 students were there as an example. So what is the mean coming for this? It is coming to be, as an example, it is 67.6 divided by 10. So this will be 6.76 for minus 1, that is 2019-20. Similarly, 6.502 for current academic year minus 2, and similarly 5.799 for last. Now we need to find out total number of successful students in that year. So these are the values. Now see here, the total number of students appeared for that respective examinations were 31, 17, 34. In 1920, 31 passed out. In here 1890, 13 students, and in 17, 18, 23. So we need to find out the value. So this academic performance index, X, Y, Z are the values, X into Y by Z. So it is coming to be 6.76, 4.97, 3.92. So average academic performance index for first year is addition of this for current academic year minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 divided by 3 comes to be 5.21, and the constant they have given it as 2.5 into this average API. So the value comes to be 13.041 is the academic performance index for first year. Similarly, for second year, all the values are going to remain the same. That is total number of successful students, number of students appeared in the examinations, and mean CGPA. Then we have to find the academic performance index. So for first year, the constant was 2.5. Second year, it is 2 into average API. So the value comes to be 12.24. Similarly, we go for third year, the constant is 1.5. So 1.5 into this, but here, as the 17, 18, one gazette is not available, we have not estimated these values. We are working on this. Once the gazette is available, we can get the exact figures and we can find out the academic performance index for this final year. And the multiplier here is 1.5. Similarly, we need to find out the total number of students placed, the numbers who have gone for the higher studies, and those who have established there some companies and so on. So now if you look here, now particularly at our institute is located in a rural areas, and our institute is a women's polytechnic, government residence women's polytechnic. So whatever the students, those who are admitted here, majority are from the rural areas, but their merit is more than 80 to 90%. And as they are from rural areas, there is a possibility every year 5 to 10% of the students gets married, girl students are there. So as an example, last year graduation, that is those who are admitted in 17 and did graduation in 20, 31 students were there for final year. So 12 students have gone for the government sectors or companies, 15 students have admitted for higher studies, and the value of this is XYZ, 1.25 into XYZ is coming to be 30. So for placement, higher studies, the multiplier factor is 1.25 to that value. So this placement index comes to be here 0.97, 0.875 and 0.88 for this, and the multiplier we are going to multiply by 40 into average placement. The value comes to be 36. So the assessment point, what we are getting here is 36 points, because we are working on it. Some data we are not able to fetch this some data because some students are not traceable, and we need to keep a proper record of this. Similarly, for -1 batch, -2 batch, these are the figures to be coming, and whatever the value we are getting is 36. Similarly, so this is an example. So actually the link is not working here. These are the name of the student, roll number, passed in which year, and the name of the employer which they have in place. This record is to be maintained by taking their ID cards, appointment letters, or salary and all these things. Okay, so this is an example of a few students who have just enlisted here about their placement. Now, if you go for the next, that is the professional activities, different types of events, workshops that have been organized in the institute. Nearly we have organized 30-40 such type of events, but we have just highlighted 2 of them. With the association of the ISTU student chapter, we have conducted an Arduino and Raspberry Pi workshop for 1 week and 3 days, different way, for the students of the final year, which will help them for implementing their projects. Similarly, a SAP training for 1 month was conducted in our institute for the third year students, where nearly 200 students from different departments joined this program. So definitely, this is to be given up with the photographs, and the documentation have to be placed in front of the committee. Similarly, different awareness program, different activities are being implemented. We need to maintain the proper record of it. So looking at the COVID scenario and all these things, we conducted some online quizzes and all these things for the student, because from March 20 onwards, we are helpless to conduct some such type of activities in face-to-face atmosphere. Okay, so whatever the online activities we have conducted, the same thing we have just given the proofs here. Okay, similarly, different types of event in last 1920 we have conducted. Example, workshop on PCB designing, women safety, stress management, orientation, eye checkup, Gandhi Global Solar Yatra. This was conducted by a mission where IIT nearly 250 students participate. Then state level competitions we conducted. We conducted communication skill. This is just an example. Such type of different activities are to be hosted by respective departments in order to get these marks. Similarly, we organize some training programs, particularly from the IGTR, small scale industry. We have organized some training programs for this entrepreneurship awareness camp and all these things. Then industrial motivation campaigns were I'm listing out many things, but we have just shown sample photographs what events have been organized. Okay, then definitely how the student excel in different sports and all other activities, the same things we have presented, what activities we have carried out. So definitely this will be getting different marks. So our students are encouraged to participate in this activity so that the overall development of the girl student will take place. Okay, just we have highlighted here different activities. Similarly, whatever the departmental magazines, technical magazine, newsletters you are going to publish it, that also has a weightage. So similarly, we can see that for this weightage is of 5 marks. So every year the department publish a newsletter. This is a sample for 18-19. This is the newsletter what we have published. Then similarly 19-20, this is the newsletter what we have published. So definitely this will be helpful to the students. Now if you look at the 2021 activity, if you look at the participation of the students in state level or institute level or national level, due to this pandemic scenario, we are not able to conduct such activities. In 1920, student participate, whatever the participation was there. We need to maintain the record for this, because we will be getting 5 marks for this. And definitely, now none of the students are participating at the other activities. So the 1920 or 2021, we are unable to get marks in this. Okay. So this is example in participation of the student in inter-institute, state or national events. Okay, by the program of the study. So this is what the list we have included in this, and proper documentation is being done for this. So this is all overall about the student performance. I was supposed to conduct the classroom assessment techniques, but looking at the time constraint, I have just planned the session in such a way that it will be completed in half an hour. Okay, so here I stop my discussions on the student performance criteria. Okay, which is of 150 or 200 marks. Okay, so now the session is over for question answers. If you have any questions, you can please ask. Hello, sir, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So any queries? We can have the discussions over it.
आहे का तुमच्याकडे त्यांचं कुठं लिहिलेलं?
So I think if there are no queries, yes.
Hello, sir. Myself Vijay More from MIT Nashik.
Yes, sir.
I have one query. In such a pandemic situation where there is no in-person classroom teaching, then how we can yes, obviously there is a university results and all things are available. But as when we compare to the earlier results, okay, when we compare to the earlier results, then abruptly it will be spike in the results of this year. Okay, yes, last year or this year. So will it be hampering or will it be helping, or whether we can see that this will be creating a dispute in judging or analyzing the results of the students, performance of the students, and how we will be justify the results to the
Yes,
NBA
sir.
committee.
Sir, very good question. We all are from the academics. Whatever 200 participants are there, all are faculties in some of the engineering colleges, management institutes. Now, if you look at this pandemic scenario, okay, some points are quoted in brackets, sir. Okay, so whatever we are going to quote in this bracket cannot be discussed in the open platform, but we'll have the discussions on it. Now, if you look at the results, sir, what has happened? A student who was having backlogs for 3 years, 4 years, okay, who was not able to clear the examinations, it has been seen that he has scored good number of marks. Okay, similarly, the students, those who are topper, attending regular classes and all these things, having 90-94% of mark, their result have been decreased. They may be having, I'm not saying same, this is just few examples I'm sharing, maybe having 88 marks, 87 marks and all these things. Similarly, a student who was not able to clear a single subject for 3, 4, 5 semesters, he has cleared all this subject. Now everyone knows this, and definitely whatever the evaluation team members are there, so those who are going to come for this NBA evaluation, they are well aware what is the present scenario. So at that time, it would be their perception, and definitely this year, whatever the sorry, earlier the result might be 60% all clear, but this year 100% all clear result. Whatever the team members are going to come for this inspection, NBA inspection or NBA visit, they are from academics. They are well aware about this, all this scenario, and their role is to verify the data, what you have presented it, sir. So the factual
Yes,
data we are going to present it.
sir, again, if you think that one thing is very important, that what about the indirect attainment? That generally,
Sir, I'm not, sir, I'm not able to hear you clearly. Madam,
Hello?
I'm not, madam. Please, sir, Moresh, sir, please.
Sir, what about the indirect attainment? That majority of the indirect attainment tools belongs to the in-person activities, like say any our annual gathering, what would be NSS camp, and participation of the students in various other activities. So the indirect attainment will generally definitely hamper, because if we are not able to conduct those indirect attainment tools in this situation. So
Sure. Yes, sir, definitely this is going to hamper whatever the factual data is there that we are going to present. We all are sailing in the same boat, sir. And everyone will be facing the same scenario. Whatever the values are there, we are going to put it up, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And see, sir, now what has happened? If you look at the NBA visit, which have been completed in last 5-6 months, sir. Earlier, the team members, suppose I am in Maharashtra, all my team members were from outside Maharashtra. They were visiting the institute. Has been changed, sir. If you are from a X district, from the state, same state, from the other districts, one observer will come here, and everything verification is done. Online verification is done, sir. Even they are changing some policies, and let us expect even there may be some change in these policies for present and last year, sir.
Yeah. We will hope for this change.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So, before saying thanks for my session, I would like to make one announcement. Okay, we'll be starting our validatory session in 5 minutes, which will be lasted for half an hour. I request all the participants, if you are satisfied with the efforts taken by our entire team, no doubt sometimes we were very strict for the attendance and all these things, because this was the policy we have decided. Definitely we have followed that policy. If with respect to the sessions coordination, anything from our side, let us know. Your feedback will be helpful for us in organizing next sessions, or even it will be helpful for the others. Okay, so in 5 minutes we'll be starting this session. Thank you very much for listening patiently for last session. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, one and all. Thank you, sir, for sharing your knowledge with us and sparing your valuable time with us. So, shall we proceed for the validatory function?
Hello. Hello.
Yes, madam.
Sir, I'm not audible actually.
Yeah, madam, we'll be starting just in 5 minutes, madam, please.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Hello. Wait for a few minutes. After that, we will start valedictory function.
I request all the participants to wait for 5 to 10 minutes. Wait for the 5 minutes. Chief guest is about to join.
Chief guest is joining the session. We'll start at the earliest. Hello. Today's our honorable chief guest, Dr. Amit Savanki has joined, as well as our honorable principal has joined it. Now I request Joshi madam to continue with the session. Yes, Joshi madam.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, madam, you are audible.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Good evening, one and all. All good things come to end. So is this online FDP. I hope you all have enjoyed this FDP from your own place. It's a great honor and pleasure to welcome all the participants and dignitaries on this valedictory function of online FDP outcome-based education and accreditation process sponsored by AICTE Atal on behalf of Government Residence Women's Polytechnic Tasgaon and Electronics and Telecommunication Department. It's my privilege to welcome our today's chief guest, Honorable Dr. Amit Saunke Sir, AICTE Assistant Director, South Central Regional Office. Our Principal, Honorable Dr. S.A. Pardeshi Sir, all respected resource persons of this FDP, participants from different states, our HOD, Electronics and Telecommunication Department, and coordinator of this FDP, Dr. S.P. Narote Sir, and all my colleagues. Dear participants, from last 5 days, we are together here attending this online FDP outcome-based education accreditation process program. AICTE Atal had given us opportunity to organize FDP on outcome-based education, where we call eminent resource person who have expertise in their concerned field. I'm sure you all are satisfied with experts' presentation and contents of FDP. Now, I request our HOD and coordinator of this program, Honorable Dr. S.P. Narote Sir, to say few words. Over to you, sir.
Warm welcome. Today's chief guest, Honorable Dr. Amit Saunke, our Honorable Principal, Dr. Sanjay Pardeshi, all the resource persons, the entire my team member, all the participants. I am very much thankful to the AICTE for sanctioning this Atal FDP on outcome-based education and accreditation process. At this outset, I would like to thank all the resource persons who have taken efforts for presenting whatever the experience they have gained, whatever the knowledge they are having related to the outcome-based education and accreditation process to all the participants. In all the 14 sessions, what we have seen here is that all the resource persons have joined the sessions 15 minutes before their scheduled time. As an example, if a session was scheduled at 10 o'clock, the resource person have joined at maybe 9:30 or 9:40. Similarly, for afternoon session, evening sessions. In some of the sessions, the discussion lasted 15 to 30 minutes beyond the time. Then also the resource persons have joined and they have spent their valuable time with us, and definitely all resource persons were excellent. I am also thankful to all the participants for their active involvement in this workshop, because in the question and answers or during the discussion times, what we have seen is that there was a good discussion between the resource person and all the participants, and whatever the questions were raised by the faculty, definitely somewhere or the other they had gone through that question. Okay, they were facing some difficulties and how to tackle that. They have discussed with this resource persons, and resource persons have properly guided us. I am also thankful to the entire team of my department for successfully organizing this event, painstaking efforts day and night in order to make this successful. I am also thankful to all the host institute principals and their management for sponsoring all the candidates or permitting all the candidates to apply for this Atal FDP. And definitely my thanks could not be complete if I am not going to acknowledge our principal, because with the guidance and encouragement, motivation of our principal, we were able to apply for this Atal FDP, and definitely due to his valuable guidance, we were able to apply and we received the funds for this FDP. Once again, I am thankful to our today's chief guest for accepting our invitation. He has also guiding us many times with respect to any queries or doubts we are having. And definitely, I hope all the participants have enjoyed this workshop. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Narote sir, for expressing your gratitude. Now, I request our participants to express their views. I request Dr. Vinodini ma'am to express her views.
Hello. Good evening, sir. It's my honor and privilege to be part of this particular session. The speakers of the session, the resource personnel, the organizers have really taken utmost interest. You know, every resource person has been very, very insightful, informative, engaging, and we were made to get the information in such a way that we were finding it. NAC accreditation was a tough task prior to going for NAC. So this the resource person, every individual resource person made it so clearly and answered every query of us in such a way that we would really find it as a guiding path of their presentation and demonstration of the information which has been provided as a guideline for us to go ahead with NAC accreditation. And apart from that, whatever the faculty has to take up in order to make themselves get ready to equip themselves in motivating, inspiring the students. At the same time, we also learn to be ready, industry ready, students to be, engaging the students in innovative sessions. So every aspect of the session, all 5 days were very, very informative, sir. Thank you so much. And all the team members, entire team members, I thank you for giving us this opportunity to really propose our gratitude for being part of this session, sir. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for such nice words. Now I request Dr. D.G. Genge sir to express their views.
Good evening, ma'am. I'm audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. You are.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, first of all, thank you very much. Give me opportunity to say a few words. First of all, congratulations to entire team of Government Polytechnic, specifically my guide, my mentor, my teacher, Dr. S.P. Narote sir. Because it is very difficult when for any faculty when there is an accreditation in their institute. Faculty feels some in a stress environment when there is an accreditation. Due to this whatever the FDP is organized by your institute, we come to know that what you can extend ourselves to gain the knowledge. There are during this pandemic various FDPs are organized by the different institutions regarding technical events. But to handle stress nowadays, to handle stress management, learn the different accreditation process, it is big challenge. And thank you, special thanks to Narote sir to organize such a wonderful FDP. Congratulations everybody those who are involved in this FDP. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Pooja Chaturvedi ma'am to express their views. Hello. Okay, I request Dr. Nandakishore sir to express his views.
Good afternoon, Nanda. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Thanks, sir. So, good afternoon, Nanda. So, I am very glad to be part of this AICT FDP on outcome-based education and accreditation process. We had a very wonderful session so for past 5 days, along with additional yoga session and other life skill program. So really, it is wonderful to be a part of this event. And I would like to thank Dr. Sandeepan Narote sir and the entire team who has taken a lot of efforts to bring this event a grand success. So all the sessions have gone as per the schedule. So it is executed very well. as I am a part of this MBA criteria 3 as well as NAC criteria 2 documentation process. So this program, it has given a lot of insights and the clear cut ideas and inputs for preparing the documentation, as well as we have got extra inputs on what are the tools we have to use on outcome-based education. So nowadays, the industry, they are mainly concentrating on outcome. So this program has given a lot of inputs for making our students to achieve the outcomes and get it placed in very good industries. So I thank the entire team. I congratulate the entire team for making this event a grand success. And I'm very glad to be a part of this program. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you. So all the eminent speakers, they have given their outputs, inputs very well. So really, it was very useful to each and every one of us who are involved in this NBA NAC accreditation documentation process. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Vijay More sir to give feedback about this FDP.
Am I audible, sir, madam?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay, thank you. First of all, congratulate Dr. Sandipan Narote sir and all the team for successfully organizing this FDP on this outcome-based education and accreditation. Actually, our department also gone through 2 times in this NBA process, and we got the NBA for 2 cycles. And but many of the things I learned here first time in this FDP. So this FDP made me very fruitful, and I gained many things new here. So especially all the speakers, the resource persons were NBA team visit members, I think. So it is authentic to learn from them. Also, Vittal Bandal, Dr. Vittal Bandal sir, Sudhavne sir, Engaji sir, Ajit Thete sir, Dr. Suvaj Deshmukh, Vaibhav Hendre, Vittal Bandal, yes, SR Kumar sir. SR Kumar sir, especially thank to SR Kumar sir for his very dynamic session. And then Vinay Chaudhary sir, GK Awari sir, actually we were colleagues at SSJMC, Shegaon, for some days. So I know GK Awari sir is very good in the processes. Then Sandipan Narote sir is very good also. Ame Gaudar sir has given the insight of the tools for the helping of ICT teaching learning. So that that I am actually not aware of. So today I gone gain the information of that. Then Dimple Madam also given the very good on this section on this emotional intelligence. So thank you very much, Sandipan Narote sir and the team for organizing such a great FDP. So I actually was the coordinator. I also organized this AICTE at FDP in January. I was the coordinator for the same similar kind of thing. So thank you and okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. If anyone interested, you can share your views.
Ma'am, may I?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
madam, sure.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. This is Dr. Radha Devi Vadapalli from Visakhapatnam. Yes, I would like to share my feedback. Initially, I was very apprehensive. I thought the sessions would be boring, NAC accreditation, the criterion and all. But believe me, each and every session was so informative, so enlightening, so power-packed. So I really congratulate all the resource persons for putting their heart and soul in creating awareness, giving us a lot of information, lot of inputs. Now we can go for the NAC accreditation with more confidence. So I thank each and every resource person for really enlightening us on each and every criterion and documentation. At the same time, I congratulate the team behind the workshop for successfully organizing all the sessions. Thank you so much. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much for such nice words. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening to all. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
I am Dr. T. Lakshmi Bai from Sri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Vishnu Mahavidyalaya, Kanchipuram, Tamil Nadu. First, I thank Atal and authorities of Government Residence Women's Polytechnic Tasagon for permitting me to attend this wonderful FDP. Really, I have no idea about this OBE and accreditation process, but I learned more from these lecture sessions. The two from SARS, that is Narosa's session, I had an idea about criteria 4 and 5. It is really helpful for me. And Professor Amedi Gauratwa excellently explained some ICT embedded tools. Really, it is very useful for teaching during this pandemic situation, sir. All the resource persons beautifully given their ideas, that is CO, PO, and mapping, those things. This is really a wonderful and workful FTT. My special thanks to Sandeepan sir and all the coordinators and team members for the successful completion of this FTT. Though you are suffering from a heavy rain. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, may I give feedback?
Yes, you can.
Okay, good evening, all of you. I am Anita Sirsagar, lecturer in Information Technology, same institute who has conducted the MDP. On behalf of all participants, I want to thank Dr. Narote sir, coordinator of this FDP, co-coordinator Doke ma'am, and entire FDP team who has worked so hard to make this online Atal OBE FDP successful. All the sessions are well planned. All the experts had nicely explained their topics and enhanced our knowledge. Once again, thanks to entire team for engaging, inspiring, and practical-oriented session. It's an honor and privilege to be a part of this wonderful session. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anita ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, just I will extend. I am also from the same institute. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes.
Yeah, I am a colleague of Anita Kshirsagar, who just now gave the feedback. And thanks to AICT and our alma mater, Government Residence Women Polytechnic Tasgaon. And thanks to Pardeshi sir, Narote sir, and his entire team. We enjoyed this beautiful movie for the 5 days amidst our examination tension. Because if you want to go for a NBA, we want this type of brainstorming sessions. And thanks to Narote sir for initiation that we had one more extended brainstorming sessions. So we have been doing such sessions for the last 1.5 years. So any institute which is going for NBA requires such type of brainstorming sessions. It is one of the brainstorming sessions. So 30% of the participants are supposed to be from the host institute. And he gave us a wonderful opportunity, and the links were shared, whether they were registered or not registered. And that is how he encouraged all the staff members to know the philosophy of NBA. The problem is some of the things because of this last 2 years, wherein everyone is having some sort of gap areas. We can use the same terminology, and it is a understanding between that side and this side. And we hope everyone will ensure the quality as per the requirement of the accord. And our young budding talents who will be accredited, who will be going out from the accredited institute, will be having a bright future. So once again, all the best for all the participants and the host team, including myself and our honorable principal, sir. We would like to have more and more such activities. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful words.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, my special congratulations to the convener, Sandeep ji, and the entire team, because, you know, I must have missed it, but I have to convey congratulations and thanks for organizing such a wonderful session, sir, once again.
Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. I think the feedback is over. Now, today's chief guest is special for us as earlier he was part of our institute. Now I request today's chief guest, Honorable Dr. Amit Salunke Sir, AICT Assistant Director, South Central Regional Office, to address the participants. Over to you, sir.
Madam, good evening, one and all.
Good evening,
Actually,
sir.
I'm just using my audio mode only. I'm traveling and there is some sort of network issue. I was trying to go for video long, but I couldn't do it or make it. Respected principal, Dr. SP Pardeshi sir, the coordinator of the program, Dr. SP Narote sir, and his team. I was just listening carefully with the feedbacks given by the participants, and in the start only I could congratulate the coordinator and whole of the team that the program is successful. It's the feedback that spells out the successfulness of the program. And when we were going through the feedback, in the initially few names were being taken, and after that voluntarily many of the participants have given the feedback. One of the feedback directly came from Tamil Nadu also, which encourages the truthfulness and successfulness of the workshop. The workshop entitled as outcome-based education and accreditation process. Here, from the end of the AICT, for encouraging such FDPs to reach out each and every faculty member to train them in various areas and to uplift the education, the technical education nationwide. We have completed our target of 1 lakh faculties training throughout the nationwide, and also it has been recognized at international level by winning an award. Atal FDPs are the first of its kind where 1 lakh faculties were being trained and the faculty programs are being successful. The initiative started with few of the programs and went on with one of the target, and after accomplishing this target, we are making a benchmark in this particular area. I would like to share one of the example or one of the incident. Whenever we are forced to do these online trainings due to this pandemic situation. Now there are various pros and cons in the online process that we are trying to learn it. Now we have to be self-sincere or self-centered. Why it is so? Because you are the one who will take the responsibility whether I should attend sincerely or not, because there is no physical touch into that in the training programs. I'll just share one of the example. A child of 3rd standard, her exam was there and her exam was about to start at 11 a.m. Now, as usual, our parents' tendency is there. My child's exam is there and she should gain a topmost marks and she should perform very well or very good in her exams. So around 10:30, 10:45, all the arrangements were being done, technical arrangements were being done, and she sat in front of laptop. She opened her laptop. Her parents came and sat beside her laptop. The question came from the candidates, students' side that why you are here. The parents replied, "Here we are here to help you out." And the student replied, "It's my exam. I have to defend that. It's not your exam." She just closed the flip of the laptop and she asked the parents to leave the room. So this should be the sincerity with each and every candidate. Now we have to percolate this particular message in our students, because our students, not our, it means our students, it's a general kind of mentality that we are just searching the ways out so that we can run in this race of gaining the marks. Now it is not like that. We should run behind the gaining of knowledge. This message should be brought to the notice of students. Until and unless you are full of knowledge, you are not going to progress yourself, or it would not help in near future to the nation. Now, slowly this message has been percolated to each and every candidate and each and every student. The training program that was being conducted here, the various experts or various speakers has delivered their knowledge to all of these candidates. Now they have done their part and we have appreciated their part also. Now it's our duty how we can make use of this particular training program. In fact, the organizer of this training program and the AICT would be very much happy when we get the feedback that the whatever the training you have gained from these training programs, that is been implemented somewhere in your institution or somewhere in your organization. We would know, or we would be happy to know that you have implemented something and within a span of 6 months or within a span of 1 year, and you provide a feedback mentioning that you have done with the help of this program. That would be the real message and that would be the real feedback given to the organizers and the feedback given to AICT. I express my sincere thanks to the organizing team for organizing this particular workshop and making it successful. No doubt it's the team effort. Once again, I congratulate the coordinator, Dr. SP Naroteji, the principal who supported the team and encouraged the team motivation, Dr. S.A. Pardeshi sir, the coordinators and the co-coordinators, the teaching and rest of the non-teaching staffs who have supported directly or indirectly to this workshop. So congratulations to all of you. Try to make use of this particular workshop and the knowledge imparted by the speakers. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such motivational address. We are expecting the same support from AICT in future from you, sir. Now I request our principal, Honorable Dr. S.A. Pardeshi sir, to say few words. Over to you, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Chief guest of today's function, Dr. Amit Salunke, coordinator of this program, Dr. Narote sir, all the participants from various parts of the India. We have seen that number of the faculty members, they are having the doctorate qualification. So that we have got the mix of all the participants, maybe the senior to the junior. So that sort of the mix we are having or for this particular program. So that all the participants and the faculty members and the staff of my institute. Warm welcome to all of you as we reach to the concluding part of this particular program. Basically, the objective of our program is to make you aware or make the participant to give the information. Not I cannot say that to make them aware, because all the participants may be knowing the OBE process or they might have gone through the NBA process also. So that to make them aware or to inform them some of the better aspects of the OBE and specifically the teaching learning process of the OBE. So that how the teaching learning process of the OBE is helpful for us, or how it is helpful to strengthen the teaching learning process. So that basically that is the requirement of the outcome based education. We are using all the processes and the things of the OBE to strengthen our teaching learning process. Already the Salunke sir, Amit Salunke sir told you that what is the importance of this particular thing. Just I like to highlight that today our technical education, it is going to the turbulence type of the thing. We are having the large number of the institutions, technical institutions are there who are imparting the technical knowledge. But whatever the students who are graduating out of these particular institutes, they are not they are not placeable, or they are not employable. And if we talk about the industries, then the industries are saying that they don't have the sufficient skills. So that is the thing. So that, and this OBE, it will help us in this particular aspect. Obviously, we can say that our teaching learning process is not a one-sided process. It is a two-sided process. That is, the faculty members, they have to impart the knowledge, and the student should be able to accept it. So that this OBE process, but I think the better role, or the major role, is required to be played by the faculty, so that the more onus is there on our shoulders. So that I think that is the requirement over here. So that I request all the participants to make the best use of whatever the knowledge you gained in this particular program. Try to strengthen the teaching learning process, and whatever the vicious circles we are going through, that is, the students are taking the admission, they are getting the graduation, but not getting the placement. And since they are not getting the placements, the admissions are we are not getting the admission for the next year, next academic year. So that whatever that vicious circle which we are going through, I think we should break that particular circle somewhere. And I think that is the part of our faculty members, that we should strengthen our teaching learning process in such a way so that the students, they will gain the skills as per the requirement, and they will become employable. And I think if it happens, the rest of the things will follow automatically. So that I think that is what the requirement of the today's thing which we are observing in the technical education. So that I request all the participants to use the things which you all learn in this particular program in their teaching learning process, and try to show the better days or the golden days to our technical education field. Lastly, once again, I congratulate Dr. Narote sir, because whatever the feedback we have received from all the parts of the India, it shows that the program, it is very much successful. All the speakers, they have given their best. So that's why all the participants are very happy. It is not a very small task. I know that the running the program for the 5 days, again in an online mode, when we are not used to that. So that it requires lot of arrangements, lot of things. So that Narote sir and his team, they handled it very properly. And that's why we could able to get the good feedback for this program. So that thank you very much for the team EJ or the team ETC for working together, and for working to work as a team, and showing the good results by the successful organization of this particular program. So that thank you very much to all the participants once again. And I am also thankful to all the faculties and the staff of our institute, who directly or indirectly they helped us, help the organizers and the coordinator for the successful organization of this particular program. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your appreciation.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much for your kind support and motivation. Without this will not happen. Now I request Professor Pranoti Doke ma'am to give vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Doshi madam, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
To propose a vote of thanks to those who have directly and indirectly contributed to this FDP. First of all, I would like to thank AICT Atal for sponsoring this FDP and for giving us an opportunity to organize this event. I would like to thank Honorable Dr. Abhay Vagh sir, Director DT, for continuous encouragement, and I would like to thank our chief guest, Honorable Dr. D.V. Jadhav sir, for sparing his valuable time in the session 1. I express my deep gratitude towards Dr. Amit Salunke sir, Regional Officer, South Central Region, Assistant Director, AICT, for accepting our invitation and for addressing us. Thank you, sir, for attending our ceremony. I express my deep gratitude towards the resource persons for sharing their knowledge with us. All the presentations and discussions made during the program were very informative and enlightening. I believe that we have achieved the objective of the FDP. Our heartfelt thanks to our participants who have indeed delighted to be present here for this AICT Atal sponsored FDP. I would like to thank our principal, Honorable Dr. S.A. Pardeshi sir, for providing continuous encouragement and incessant support. I would like to thank our HOD, Dr. S.P. Narote sir, for his enthusiastic support and guidance. As no program can become successful with a single person, so I extend my big thanks to our organizing committee, Department of Electronics and Telecommunication, all the HODs of all departments, and all the staff members of GRWP Tasgaon College for their continuous coordination, efforts, and unflinching support to make it happen. Thank you one and all for making this event successful with your contribution. With these warm words and kind message, we move to the end of the faculty development program. With the permission of our principal and HOD, I conclude this valedictory session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam, and thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, all of you.